Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video. It is time to go for our second bunny milk. We were successful getting aid. We also got a generous super chat last stream, and so I got a few more gems and some rainbow tickets. But as you can see, we're gonna have to get pretty lucky. Yo, cameraman, that's where we really start our shots. Anyway, we are gonna have to get pretty lucky. So we don't have a ton of resources. I'm hoping to get one copy of milk. And then, since this is going to be a relatively short video, maybe I'll get lucky one tapper. If not, even if I go all in, I can't do that many pulls. So we're going to combine this one with the testing. Normally I split those into two separate videos, but we're going to do some live testing to see if milk is really worth it. But wish me luck, guys. Let's see if we can get our pink bunny. Oh, and we do start with the one tap. Come on, please. Please, if this is milk, that'll be... And it's the very first one. It's Tetra. This could totally be milk right here. Frick. Dude, the trolls on these bunny banners have been insane. So that officially takes me to core 7 Alice. I think, yeah, maximum Alice on the very first pull. All right, I mean, bunny adjacent girl. She is a pink Tetra. Not the one we're looking for. Okay, let's try this again. Dude, if you guys haven't seen my aid pull video before, I got trolled so many times, so badly. You should watch that video. It's in the description below. All right, gold spark, come on. Nope. All right. We got our pink light in the background to attract our pink bunny. We attracted the wrong one. Let's hope we can get milk here on pull number 3. I think she's probably going to be a pretty strong DPS, but of course... the proof will be in the tests. Change? Nope. Okay. I did some polls on stream last night, and the luck was pretty bad. Pretty bad. I missed like 5 polls with blue tickets in a row, and then I opened like 3 mid-quality molds, didn't get anything either, and I was like, alright, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. But today is the day when I'm supposed to have the luck, so come on. Alright, 4th poll. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We already picked up an Alice. Please give me milk. Ooh, and it's a double. Okay, okay, okay. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. It's Missilus this time. Okay. Can't be milk. What is it? Jackal? Alright. Sure. If I still played Special Arena, then that would be cool, I guess. Here we go. Elysian. Shift up. What are you doing to me? Innocent Maid Anchor, a decent unit, although has fallen off. Now, a lot of the time, she doesn't actually make it onto raid teams. Still does sometimes, but frequently it's just been like masked with crown, and then like Anchor doesn't even get used. But good to have on hand just in case. All right, come on, come on. We are not getting our target here. All right, mix of rainbow tickets and gems this time. Please shift up. Give me milk. We're hitting the orange sparks. We're hitting the orange sparks. I can't complain about that. Okay, next one. Next one. Elysian again? What is it? Oh, it's the overspec. Dude, you can't make this up. All right, I got Rappy. Last time when I was polling for aid, I got a bunch of pilgrims, and now I get like overspec unit. Cannot get the actual banner unit, but we're getting everything else. Okay, first one that is pure gems. We only have 3 pulls left. Please. And I do not recommend using your gold tickets here unless tests prove her to be way more insane than I think. I think she's good, but you want to save those gold tickets for your limited units, your collab units, your anniversary pilgrims, things like that. But we do get another gold spark, and it is another double. Okay. If this isn't milk, I'm quitting Nikke forever, okay? Come on. It's Tetra. Ah, finally! Alright, devs got scared. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Master Sparks is going to stop being a content creator for Nikke. We better give him milk. So, gotta bring out the threats sooner next time. Milk is looking nice. Let's see, can we get a double? It's another Tetra. Limit break 1 milk. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, Mary. All right, whatever. Honestly, maybe that's good, so I wasn't tempted to keep going and waste more resources on trying to get copies of milk. So, all right, there we go. We got our girl. Let's go ahead and put some equipment on her right away. I'll just open a few of these things. I don't really know why I'm doing this right now. I don't need to do this. Dude, look at what we pulled here. So we got Maid, Anchor, we got Alice, we got Mary, we got Jackal, Rappy. Dude, that's crazy. And then we finally got Milk. So let's get our core to Rappy. Go. Maybe one day she'll catch up to Eve over here. I feel like such a fake fan for not thinking to use Eve in the last co-op. Eve was actually like the highest damage dealer, it turned out, and I just like never even thought to try her, which is insane. Especially considering the CP difference between Eve and Rappy. I could have shredded with my Eve, but mistakes were made. Okay, here we go. Max Core Alice. Max Core Alice. There we go. Core 7. That is only a couple different max. Oh, there we go. And she jumps up to number 2. She surpassed Modernia with that. All right, but anyway, let's. I'll worry about the rest of them later. Let's find Bunny Milk here. Dude, I think she's like more embarrassed about this than Aid. Honestly, it's a little a little sad. I want to be like, all right, go put your normal clothes back on. Okay, so let's switch this to a generic one because she doesn't need pilgrim equipment. Where do I have generic boots? Yes, I do. Okay, so now I can trade this with another unit. Let's trade with Sugar. Yep. And then we'll trade these with Arya. There we go. All right, she's fully decked out. I'm going to get her skills to 4 immediately, and then I'll test and see like how she actually does at that point. I feel like if you're even going to think about using the unit, you might as well get them to level 4. The investment just isn't that high. Now, that doesn't mean go level 4 all of your units, okay? But, you know, if it's a unit that you're going to use, you probably can. We'll give her the adjutant cube, just for now at least, and I guess I'll take this off of Mari. Yeah, we'll take it off of Mari for now. Sure. Okay. And then we'll give her a collectible, of course. Always want to equip your units with a collectible if you're going to use them as well. And then sure, let's should we try and buff this up? You know what? Let's just leave it. Let's leave it at that for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and level up this equipment, put her in the synchro. I'll show you guys what the build looks like, and then we'll come right back in to do some testing to see how good she actually is. Okay, so I've been testing a little bit here, and I've built my Milk. I'll show you the actual run in a second and show you the damage numbers, but let's just see what Milk looks like now. So I did some testing with the Adjutant Cube, and I ended up going with Resilience Cube. I always want to do Adjutant Cube for snipers, but the reality is Resilience is often just better anyway, and it is a higher level for me, so I got better damage with the Resilience Cube. For skills, I kept these all at level 4. And then for equipment, unfortunately, I wasn't quite able to overload her boots, but I did overload the helmet, chest, and arms. And we got elemental damage, crit rate, and critical damage on the helmet, and a maximum line of charge speed on the arms, which is pretty cool. And then some ammo, and then for chest, elemental damage, and crit rate. So, okay lines, but definitely some room for improvement here. And the key thing being that I'm missing all the lines from the boots, of course. Don't have any attack lines, but I do have some nice charge speed, some crit, and a bit of elemental damage here. Also got her collectible, which I can't see from the screen, up to a level 5 or phase 5 purple, and her affection is at 9. So that's what we're working with, and I've been testing against the electric boss. I had to do this several times because this is just a little tricky to get used to, because remember, you need to be manually doing one shot to hold that charge longer, like every other burst. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, with all that said, I will now show you the tests. Okay, we're coming to the end of the test. Now, this is going to be a tall order, you know, playing against Red Hood here and Eve, who of course is off burst. But let's go ahead and see what the damage is. So total damage is kind of irrelevant, and I am fighting an Iron Weak boss here. And okay, so now again, my Red Hood is way more invested, and how is Eve doing such insane damage? Eve was off burst here and still just like obliterating everybody. That's crazy. I mean, granted, my Eve is way more invested, but not that much more than Red Hood. So Milk looking a little weak here, but I have to say, she is far less investment, right? So I've got one copy of her. I haven't gotten overloaded on the boots yet, and her skills are only at level 4. So this is actually not that bad. I could easily see her rivaling Red Hood. So we'll do some more tests and see what happens. Now, just for reference, I wanted to show you guys what this looks like if I wasn't doing the one manual shot every other burst. Remember, it's because of her embarrassment / overconfident buffs. That's the reason why you have to do this. If you want more information, I talked about it more in detail in the initial skill analysis video. Link to that in the description below. But anyway, if you're not doing that, you can see that the damage definitely is less, doing about 10% less damage with Milk individually. And then over here, we dropped off by 0.3 billion. So it's not a massive difference, but it is significant. So if you want to get the most out of her, you do need to do that one manual shot every other burst. So just wanted to make that clear. Now that we know that that does work for sure, then I'm going to level up her skills to level 7 and see if we can get some slightly more competitive damage with Red Hood. Okay, so this is with her skills actually at level 7, and now you can see we're getting just over 6 billion, and if we take a look at the comparison here, she's now up to almost 1.5 billion, still behind Red Hood, but significant increase in damage there. And again, this is using the charge technique where every other burst, I feel like I'm not making this clear, but after her burst, you want to hold at least one shot at the beginning to give her that status, and it'll do the force reload thing, okay? So anytime her burst ends, hold a shot. If you guys know of an even more optimized way to do this, then let me know in the comments below. But I believe this is the best way to do it, and this is the way that I've gotten the most damage with her. Otherwise, you just do what you would normally do with any other sniper, or leaving it on auto or whatever. But anyway, so we can see that we are getting pretty good damage here. And remember, Red Hood is still much more built. But if we take a look at my Red Hood, big advantage here, right? Like, complete overloads on everything, and we have at least some pretty decent lines on her with attack and elemental damage on multiple pieces of equipment, although honestly I could make her even better. Skills are also all maxed out completely, and she's at core 2 versus our relatively moderate build here on Milk. So is Milk good? I think she's okay. I don't think she's like, you know, amazing, like must pull. I think she's definitely going to make it onto some Iron Week solo raids, and I think, you know, we can see her getting closer and closer to that kind of like top tier iron damage. I mean, if you're not looking at Red Hood, then you have Eve, which clearly can do insane damage, but like a lot of people might not have Eve, especially if you're a new player, then you didn't get her. And then after that, you're looking at like Bunny Soda, which, you know, is kind of like shotgun team only, although can do a lot of damage. And you got Snow White, which is struggling at this point, as much as I hate to admit it. If we, let's see, let's go by only iron, and then like let's look at this systematically. Like, then you have Maxwell, which is purely a support. You do have Raven, okay, but again, maybe you don't have Raven. So if you don't have Eve or Raven, it's like Red Hood, Milk, Bunny Soda, and then like if you got the treasure for Laplace, sure, treasure Julia. These are also kind of, you know, ifs, ands, or maybes kind of thing. So Iron has options, but I think Milk could absolutely see play on there, and seems like she is getting a decent partnership with her fellow bunny aide as well. But I'd love to know your experience, and let me know like how your testing went with her. If there's anything you can add to this, like I said, I did want to point out the difference between holding that one shot every other burst versus not doing it, and show that that is actually effective if you're trying to maximize her damage. But that's all I got for you guys. Hope you had good pulls. Let me know if you pulled for her at all. I hope they went as good or better than mine. And I'll catch you guys on video or the next stream on video, in the next video or stream. All right, peace.